Vigilant guy saying, how can we transform Pashtun society via atheism? I don't know. Pashtun society, there's what I've heard, there's a huge, like PTM, Pakistan Tahaffuz movement, meaning Pakistan's protection movement, which is run by a lot of Pashtuns, a dissenting group of Pashtuns, which is very popular and gets totally blacklisted by Pakistani media. And Armin, you'll be surprised to know, I was actually contacted by one of the leading names in that movement, and they've got like literally hundreds of thousands of followers, not on social media. You wouldn't see, yeah, well, they do, but I don't follow them because I don't understand what they exactly want and what I can do. But anyway, so I was sent a couple of messages by those people that, well, we are all atheists, and the whole movement is built around secularism and to overthrow or to challenge, not overthrow, but to challenge the status quo of Pakistan, where military establishment and the current constitution, etc. So it's kind of like a borderline rebellious movement. So maybe that's why I just stay away from that kind of crap. But that's what I think he's alluding to. How can we transform Pashtun society via atheism? So I've been told, although I'm not involved in that, I've been told that a lot of these Pashtuns are atheists, especially, and that was a shock to me, especially when you realize Taliban are Pashtuns. Some of the most conservative parts of Pakistan are Pashtun, like Peshawar, which is often a victim of these activities, the terrorist activities. So I was shocked. I was taken aback. So I'm just sitting back and I'm just looking at it, how that goes about. But of course, those guys have their political agendas as well, and I don't have any political agenda. So I just talk about atheism itself, through like just in as a part of a wider discourse. So yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I can't answer the question because I don't know how that's going to go. But you, I mean, unless you want to say something.
Well, I mean, I know there are a lot of atheist activists in Afghanistan currently active online. So, and a lot of them come to our rooms on Clubhouse. So on because we have a lot of shows in Pashtuns mostly speak Persian, right? Is that correct? Most Pashtuns.
No, they speak Pashtun.
Yeah.
Pashtun.
But
Pashtun.
well,
Pashtun.
Wait. So which part of? Oh yeah, sorry. But a lot of them do also speak Persian because of Afghanistan. Like I know their main language is Pashto, but they also because they're in Afghanistan. Aren't most Pashtuns in Afghanistan?
Yes. And
okay. So Afghanistan speaks Persian. Yeah. So they're familiar with Persian.
No, I don't think majority of Afghans speak.
At least half of Afghanistan speak. What Persian?
Must be the ones bordering near Iran. But well, Pashtuns also speak Urdu, which is Pakistan's national language. But no, I don't know. Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah. Okay, so Dari Persian is spoken by 78% of Afghanistan. So that's a lot. So even if you speak Pashtun, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Persian. So there's not much atheist content in Pashtun, okay? But there's a lot because of Iran. So this is what so you're saying, how can we transform Pashtun society via atheism, right? Using Iran. Because a lot of Afghanistan's people who are active online, they come in, based on what I've seen, to Iranian social media and content, okay? So you could see a lot of like on Iranian YouTube channels that are anti-religion. You could see them in the comment section. You could see themselves becoming active on YouTube, on Clubhouse, on Twitter. So because Iran has such a rich atheist movement, even if Afghanistan has that itself, but even if it didn't, it's becoming a lot, very much influenced by, because when an Afghani person comes online and goes to Persian-speaking social media, all of a sudden is getting hit with a heavy dose of atheism just because they speak Persian as well. So Afghanistan the more of Afghanistan comes online, because of the proximity of their language with Iran, they're going to be heavily influenced by a lot of atheist talk. So that's one of the benefits of having a shared language with your neighbor. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, but I don't know which way it's going to go because Pashtuns scare me. I mean, no, sorry. Obviously, hashtag not all Pashtuns. I'm not talking about that. Obviously, I was reduced to tears by when when these Taliban came to power in 2021. I was in London. I received this letter. Well, actually, not I didn't receive the letter. I think Zara received the letter. I don't know. Someone received the letter, and then this girl who was an atheist, and she wrote that letter. We don't know what happened to her, and she said that our Taliban are closing in on her town, and she's scared. And in case she dies, she wanted to write a final letter saying that, we exist in Afghanistan who are atheists. We don't believe in this, and we don't want these people. So this whole establishment, this Pashtun establishment, this Taliban, that whole thing scares me, because in Punjab, Pakistan, yes, atheists can't roam freely, but I don't feel threatened. I don't feel scared for my life when I push these people, when I push Pakistan or Pakistanis. So I don't. But this one is a whole different ball game. It's kind of like Chechens. You don't want to mess with Chechens.
I mean, I don't want to judge people based on their ethnicity, though.
You're right, but that comes from ignorance as well, because I don't speak Pashto language. I don't speak the Chechen language, so I don't know. So I'm like out of it. But with this whole, I can't give. I'm sorry, Vigilant Guy. I can't give you an honest answer or an informed answer, at least.
Okay, so we have Divya here, but I want to finish that answer. Is that so? People must understand when I said most Afghanis speak Persian. That's different between saying that what their native language is. So if you're Pashtun, your native language is not Persian, but that doesn't mean that you don't speak Persian, right? So if you ask how many Afghanis speak Persian, that would be the majority of Afghanis speak Persian. But how many Afghanis, their native language is Persian, that would be 25%. So if you say how many speak Persian, that would be like 78%. How many of them, their native language is Persian, that would be 25%, right? So, I mean, that is a huge opportunity. I think that's the reason why you might not see Afghanistan's Persian-speaking community still being secular and atheist, even though online Persian community is like filled with atheist content, is because most of Afghanistan is not online yet. So you want this to happen, just get them online. Just get them online. So the more internet connectivity you will eventually have in Afghanistan, I think I'm optimistic that was going to have a major influence on the Pashtun society. It's going to completely, like I say you would be surprised on how fast of a shift you're going to see. Mark my words. To have your questions answered on the next live stream, become my patron today. You can do so with as little as $1 a month. Link in the description below.